I feel like sometimes we think that like our culture or our customs, like they're so specific, and like really we're all so similar to one another. Where it's like a lot of them that are traditional are based around like gathering together over food or like with a meal, and in some kind of celebratory way, and it's with family. And like when you strip down like all the other specifics, like it's kind of beautiful. Like we're all really the same, as different as we are. Welcome to the Monarch Experience podcast. I am your host, Mr. Ancona, and here at the Monarch Experience podcast, we're all about student voice. We're all about giving students the platform to be able to voice their opinions about what matters most to them. And today, we're talking about family. We're talking about La Familia. We're talking about family traditions, family culture. We're talking about Indian culture and Asian culture in general. We have three incredible guests that you're going to get to meet very soon that are going to be talking about their specific family customs, their specific cultures, their family quirks, kind of things that they and their family do that maybe are pretty unique to their family, or even more interestingly enough, things that you, our listeners, are probably going to be like, oh my God, my family does that too. We're all crazy. And we are all a little bit crazy. We're talking about food customs. We're talking about some stereotypes and mispronunciations or misunderstandings about our culture. And you can always find us on social media, whether you want to follow us on Twitter at the Monarch XP, whether you want to add us on TikTok at Monarch XP, or if you want to add us on Snapchat, our most active social media account, go ahead and follow us at the Monarch Experience podcast. And make sure, say something other than hi. Maybe a hi, how are you? Hi, what are you doing right now? No, that's invasive and very creepy. But I'll always respond. It's always great getting to chat with people, whether they're simply saying they liked an episode, whether they're saying they hated an episode, keep it to yourself. Or if they have ideas for future episodes, or simply just a way to keep in touch with students. This podcast is all about you. It's student voice. It's for you, made by you, listened by you. All right, we got three incredible people that I got to introduce you to. We've got Tayyeba. Tayyeba, how did I do on your name?
You did very good.
Thank you. I'm so proud of myself. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you, everybody. Good night. Tayyeba, say something to our audience. Don't say hi. Say something else.
Good afternoon.
So now you've alienated every listener that's listening in the morning. Great job.
It's afternoon here.
I mean, it is here afternoon. I mean, it is afternoon here. You've also alienated every listener listening at night. Unbelievable. I like it. We got Srilasya. Srilasya, say something to our audience. Maybe account for our morning listeners.
Good day, everyone.
Good day to you as well. And last and never least, even though she did show up, had to run off the bus, had to like drop kick a teacher in order to get here, banged on the doors, was like, let me back in. I will not be denied. Anika, great to see you.
Hello.
We're glad you're here.
Actually, goodbye, because like the other two people already took the highs and hellos, so I feel like I should compensate by saying goodbye.
Yeah, I like it. For those listeners that don't want to listen anymore, they heard the first two people who were on it, and they're like, nah, I'm good. You're saying goodbye for them.
Yeah.
I like it. And Anika's leaving now. Great.
Bye, guys.
So, you guys came to me with this idea about talking about family and traditions, and I was like, great, we're going to bash our family. And you were like, no. We want to, like, celebrate our family. I was like, oh, that's no fun. It's a Monarch Experience tradition to, like, poo-poo parents and, like, say how terrible they are.
I'm still up to bash my parents.
Are we going to do that? Okay, never mind. I was getting ready to, like, change. Good. So we're going to be bashing parents. And we'll also be talking about all of the things that kind of make up our unique families and cultures and traditions. So you guys came to me with the idea of talking about like Asian culture in general, and I love this. I felt so, and maybe it just was. I mean, the answer was gonna be yes either way. But like maybe it was the right time. Srilasya, I know you were just talking about the Bollywood episode, and like that was so enlightening for me on a personal level. Like I'll do an episode on anything. It doesn't matter. I did one on like K-pop, and I totally am not a K-pop fan. It's hard to believe, but the Bollywood episode was just so enlightening for me. I just like learned so much about Bollywood style movies and like how culture and family plays a factor. So I'm like still riding that momentum a little bit. And when you said like let's do one on Asia, I was like, yeah, like specifically what are we talking about? And I think we kind of landed on like, well, we're gonna be talking about Indian culture. Anika, you said your culture, your heritage is
Hindu.
awesome. And Srilasya,
Same.
thing. And then Tayyeba,
I'm like half Indian, half Pakistani.
awesome. So I think this is important for our listeners to kind of get an idea of when we're talking about family cultures and traditions. This way we're not casting too wide of a net, but we're talking about these three specific cultures in general. And then, of course, I'm going to add my insight because I'm Italian and we're loud and we always insert ourselves into conversations. Being a first generation... wait, what am I? First generation Ancona. The first Ancona born, for those of us that are trying to keep up, first Ancona born in the U.S. So, you know what I got for that? Nothing. Just a lot of pressure. And we'll talk about pressure, obviously, too, because part of the family dynamic is having siblings. So let's talk about just some family quirks that you guys, that your families have, that maybe you don't think are indicative of your culture, but kind of just, or maybe they are, but they're just kind of like just weird little things that our families do that are bizarre. Srilasya, go ahead.
Well, something that I think only my family does, or specifically my dad, is go up to random people who we have not that much connection to and ask them about their whole life history. Like, especially at this time, we're applying to our high schools right now.
Sure.
So he's asking everyone who graduated from the high schools that I applied to. He's asking their family. He's asking their background. What did they feel? Like, everything. We have no connection with them, but he's asking everything.
He doesn't believe in strangers.
His
like it,
motto
Dad.
is information is wealth.
Information is what?
Wealth.
Oh, I like it. That's deep. And you don't like that.
I like that, but I feel like sometimes he can go overboard.
Too much information. He wants to know everything. All right. Any other family quirks that are strange or only you?
So when I come home with like a grade, my mom and dad are literally so different in reaction. I go to my dad first because he's like the nice guy, you know? I want to choose good news versus bad news,
Sure.
you know? My dad's like, "Did you do good?" I say, "Yeah." I don't know what his definition of good is.
Ooh, it's vague. I like it.
I just say, "Yeah, I did good." And he's like, "Okay, good."
he has trust in you.
Yeah, he's like,
Mom, I'm getting a sense does not.
yeah, he uses caveman reactions, all right?
What is a caveman reaction?
He uses one letter words if one word answers if possible.
I like
Two
it.
words
Okay.
maybe if he's feeling it.
A grunt is usually a good sign or a bad sign.
You know, it's hard to tell. You know, I haven't fully mastered the language yet.
Yeah, it's a complicated language. It's not as primitive as people think.
Yeah. And then I go to my mom. My mom, I go and she's in her office room. The chair turns around. Her face is like, the room darkens.
You're giving me like evil James Bond villain vibes right now. Is she holding a cat?
Yeah, no, she's petting an invisible cat. What did you get on the math test? Mom, I got a 93.
She's got Genesis already open.
What did you get wrong? I'm talking to your teacher immediately. What? She launches all her methods of attacks to get me
Okay.
a better grade.
Wow.
Even if I get a 99, why did you lose that point?
Yeah. What'd you do wrong?
Yeah,
You did something wrong.
What is wrong with you?
100. Do you get any acknowledgement?
Yeah, I get Indian.
You get eye
now.
contact
Yeah.
and you get to eat tonight.
Yeah, I get to eat. You know, I still have a home. I'm not kicked out of the house.
Not in the streets.
Yeah, I'm not in the streets.
Thank
and,
goodness.
And even when it comes to IXL and Achieve, you know how IXL, like, you go up to 85.
Yeah.
She looks at my IXL. Why did you get so many 85s? You're being disowned. Disgrace to the family.
And you're like, no, that's the best you can do.
Yeah.
And mom's like, yeah, that's the best you can do.
Yeah, you should get 100. Why don't you try more?
I mean, my lifestyle level is 3,000. Students will often tell me that like it doesn't go up to 3,000. I say for you it doesn't. For me though.
It says achieve 3,000 for a reason.
Yeah, you should be getting hundreds on that, okay? I want to see those 3,000s now. How else do you think you're going to go to the best high schools?
And I go up to achieve. You know how people count the second scores, right?
Yeah.
In grade book?
Mm-hmm.
She's like, "Why didn't you do good the first time?"
Oh.
I'm like, I get 2 tries.
Yeah.
I get 2 tries. I can get 100 on the second.
Right, exactly.
I want you to get 100 on the first try.
I want you to get 100 before you even take the thing.
Yeah. You should be a winner before you even start.
You shouldn't have to actually take the activity.
Yeah.
I don't want you to achieve. I want you to do.
Yeah,
do
you know,
things.
why aren't you in college yet?
I was actually wondering that myself.
You know, like, I can't get into Harvard. My mom should know me by now.
This is awesome. Tayyeba, what are some things that are unique? I mean, these don't sound. That doesn't sound crazy unique in the sense that high standards or like expectations are very high in your house, and there's like a little bit of good cop, bad cop kind of mentality sometimes.
Yeah, but like since I have a sibling, the waters
Mom, not
are
that
calmer.
not that you're a bad person. Not saying that.
No, my mom is a nice person, but
Of course.
But like when it comes to grades, she just goes hardcore.
Gotcha.
You know, like when my brother's around and he gets a bad grade, the waters are calmer because like it's evened out.
Interesting. You've already disappointed them so much. They have nothing left to fight for.
Yeah,
Wow. You're the oldest?
I'm the oldest.
Yeah, I had a feeling. I know that feeling very well. I'm sure we'll go there soon. Tayyeba, what about you? What are some family quirks or just things that when you think of like family, I guess, first things kind of come to mind?
When like my family sponsors events, instead of like getting the food ordered and pre-packed, we get like food either from a bunch of different places and have to pack it ourselves, or they'll make the food and then we have to help like make it and pack it.
Okay.
And it's generally at home. And I'm just like, my grandma will say, come on, it's like nice, you're making it, you're showing people that you like care. I'm like, this is super long and we're missing the whole event packing.
Hey, and as an Italian who loves food, like food is the gateway to like, that's how you like experience things with people, and that's how like you share, you connect with them. So like I get grandma where she's coming from, but you don't want to miss the actual event.
Yeah.
So you're doing it like the day. What kind of events are you sponsoring? This is so fascinating.
It kind of like depends what the month, like the Islamic month is.
What's an example of one? Maybe recently.
So actually,
or that one that stood out?
coming up, we have an event for like what we call an imam, which is like a religious leader after the prophets.
Okay.
And they come from like the prophet's line, and so my family's sponsoring that. Now, luckily, we have decided we're just gonna order food.
Okay. When you say sponsor, what does that mean?
It generally means that you're like getting the food and maybe like
You
like
hosting?
asking people to read stuff.
Okay.
So yeah.
Is it essentially kind of like hosting?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, gotcha. A lot of people were coming to this.
Yes.
Give me a number. What's a lot? 50?
As much of the family as we can get in the house.
Really? Okay.
Or like wherever we're going, and there's like people outside of the family, which is kind of annoying because we have to invite people outside of the family because that's what our family does.
Sure.
So we have like as much of the family as we can invite, like pretty much anyone that lives in the state. And then,
I'll be expecting my invite then.
Me too. I want an invite.
Like-
Yeah, wait, you don't invite your friends?
Yeah.
If you had to choose
You're
between the three of
right.
us, who would you invite?
that's a hard question.
Choose me.
Choose me.
Wow. I'd say it's hard because
She's avoiding the question.
there's nothing I'm avoiding the question. I don't know because it
That's
really
avoiding.
depends.
Depends on what.
Kind of suspicious.
Like
Yeah.
the thing is like
I mean, we go
I
way
have-
back. We've known each other for like a good half an hour.
my
Tayyeba, this is
family
terrible.
is like they kind of want to like keep it to people who are close.
Gotcha.
So I'd have to kind of like make it someone that I feel like I talk about a lot.
Okay, talk about a lot.
Yeah, like
Okay.
like if I mention someone to my mom and I don't mention them a lot, she's like, "Who is that?"
Yeah, but like you're kind of like you're bringing their name into the house enough that they kind of almost are like comfortable with this
Yeah.
stranger, right? Even though like they're close to you, they're a stranger.
Yeah.
Start talking about me at home. Right? You'll be like, I did this podcast with Mr. Ancona. He asked a lot of annoying questions. He thought it was funnier than he was.
He put
Your mom
me
will
on
be
the
like,
spot.
he put me on the spot. Mom will be like, bring him. Sounds great.
We generally do people who like, I don't know. I guess like we know,
Okay,
and so
so I'm out.
not necessarily.
You know me.
But I think the thing is like we generally invite a lot of Muslim people, and
Sure.
so we also have to try to fit them in the house.
You could have led with that, you know that, right? Like
Probably
you got
could've.
my hopes up. Like, you're just as long as I talk about them. Oh, that sounds like me. As long as we like them. Okay, that could be me. You could have led with they have to be Muslim.
Well,
I wouldn't have been offended.
I mean, I guess the reason for that is like otherwise you're bored
Yeah,
because
What-
you don't really understand what we're doing.
So what are you doing? Talk to us about
It's
these.
like the celebration of the birthday of our last imam, who
Okay.
I believe is still living.
Gotcha.
So my grandmother used to sponsor that a lot. So now like we're sponsoring that because my dad and his older brother split the events that my grandparents used to do.
This is so cool.
So we're doing what we call Bandra Shaban, which means the 15th of Shaban,
Okay.
which is the month we're currently in. But it's next week on Friday.
Okay.
So, we'll like invite family. We'll have like 15 different foods. We stay up the night before,
Ooh. Okay.
so I probably won't be in school on Friday.
Right.
And it's actually kind of fun because like we get to like dress up and celebrate with each other.
How
And
structured is it?
Not
I have so
really.
many questions, and like when you said like you're staying up the whole night and then like you're getting together with everybody, like how structured is it? Is it a lot of just like are there things that you have to do
Oh,
do
yeah.
religiously?
in the night, there's a lot of stuff that like, you have to do to like keep I don't think it's necessarily mandatory, but
Yeah.
you're like definitely like supposed to. So we'll stay up the whole night. There's like supplications and recitations we can do,
Yeah.
and then there's like parts of the Quran that we'll read.
Yeah.
So we generally the overnight thing we'll do with family, but like we're supposed to fast the day of, so we'll
Okay.
invite people over that night to like eat the dinner together.
Gotcha.
So
I
yeah.
love it. This is amazing. I love how so much of it is like centered around food, because I feel like that's it. We think sometimes that like. Like I feel like sometimes we think that like our culture or our customs like they're so specific, and like really we're all so similar to one another, where it's like a lot of them that are traditional are based around like gathering together over food or like with a meal, and it's some kind of celebratory way, and it's with family. And like when you strip down like all the other specifics, like it's kind of beautiful. Like, we're all really the same, as different as we are. I think that's so cool. Anika, you said something about that the waters are calmer because you're the oldest. So we got to talk about probably sibling hierarchy, since we're talking about families and traditions. I am the oldest as well. Srilasya, oldest?
I'm the oldest.
Oldest. Okay. How many other siblings do you guys have?
One.
You have one? You have two?
3.
You have 3. Okay. So I have 2. So I'm the oldest of 3. What's this like for you? We're all the oldest, so I feel like we're all gonna have the same laments.
Look.
I have 3 younger brothers.
Okay, that's
So the expectations generally get a little bit higher just because I'm like the girl
Yeah.
and I'm the oldest.
yeah.
Kind of
What-
annoying.
Okay, yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I'm sure. What's Srilasya, higher expectations for you being the oldest?
I guess. Well, I set the standards.
Yeah. So you said it
I'm
low
a good.
or high?
I'm a good daughter. I set
Okay.
good, bit high standards, and my siblings had to live up to it.
So they hate you.
Yes, they hate my grades.
See, I have a good relationship with my brothers because I set such low standards growing up that like they are like golden to my parents. There's never any embarrassing story. There's never any embarrassing story about my brothers. There's never any like, and remember that time you did this or this or this or this or this or this or this. It's always like, that's all directed at me as the oldest. You're very lucky. Your family's very lucky. You've done everything right. Not so much, Anika.
Well, take everything you know from the siblings and
Yeah.
like how oldest to youngest, trash it, burn it, obliterate it.
Okay, so get rid of the whole oldest is the higher expectations. Is this the stereotype that we're all agreeing on? Oldest is highest expectations.
well,
Blame for everything.
I guess
Should always know better. Okay, we're getting a lot of head nods.
I am never blamed for anything.
What?
Yeah.
Lucky.
I know. I have the highest expectations, but I am never blamed for anything.
Really?
I could be like
Do you have brothers or sisters?
I have brothers.
So I think stereotypical gender roles are gonna play a little bit of a factor with that too.
Yeah, and I could be like roughing it up with my brother. I could be throwing pillows at him, and he will tell my mom, and he's like, my sister's like, well,
Like, I got a concussion. I got hit in the head
yeah,
with a pillow.
I got hit in.
She snuck a brick inside of it.
Yeah, she hit a brick inside of the pillow. I'm bleeding out on the floor right now, and my mom will be like, or my dad will be like, why are you hitting your sister?
Your mom will say, why can't you have that kind of accuracy when you're taking tests? Then you'd be doing better.
Yeah.
Okay, so then, all right, so it gets flipped, you're saying. The middle child, I feel like, the stereotype of the middle child is like the forgotten one. They're not the prince or the princess. They're not like the first, the learning experience sometimes. They're like, they were the baby for a little bit, and then they got quickly discarded because the youngest is the baby, and the youngest is typically looked at as like, at least in my family, it's like the baby, even if they're adults.
So in
Total
my
opposite
family,
here.
it's ha the baby.
What does that mean? The baby.
That's me with
So-
like my cousins.
Okay, are you the youngest of the
adult.
cousins?
No, I'm one of the oldest actually.
Oh, and you're the baby. Oh, you say
No.
that to them.
Yeah, the cousins will say that to the little kids, but
Okay.
the adults will be like, "Oh, it's a baby."
Yeah. Okay. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, it's a baby. Like, whatever. Like, look at them playing. Okay.
So it's basically like laugh and point at the baby, like not laugh and point, but like we make fun of my brother constantly.
Okay.
Like he's the one that has to take the teases. He has to take the punches and
Gotcha.
roll with them.
Well, because he's the youngest,
Yeah, not like the angel child from above.
which is you.
No, half and half. Like sometimes on Tuesdays I'm loved more. On Fridays if they're feeling it.
What's Friday? So today's a Friday. So
Yeah,
how's it gonna be?
I don't know. It's like if I come home, it could be just like depression.
If you come home, are you not allowed home?
I could be thrown.
Who's
out.
picking you up today?
Mom.
Is it mom? Oh no. Srilasya, for you, you're the oldest, and
Yeah.
things are similar to the stereotype, or
like I guess I'm kind of different than them
Yeah.
because they both have brothers.
okay, yeah,
I have a sister and a brother.
okay.
So I kind of understand where they're going with the brother situation,
Mm-hmm.
but I think my sister is the middle child
Yeah.
and my brother is the prince.
I was gonna say, so does your sister kind of get almost like middle child syndrome? Get like discarded almost?
Like a disease?
Not discarded. Like my parents focus on her more
Okay.
since I'm doing fine with studies and all that.
Look at you.
But
Can we clap it
I'm
up
literally-
for her? Like, that's good for
Good
you.
job,
I like the
Srilasya.
humble brag.
But then now my sister has to live up to that. So my parents focus on her education. She's like, she can go like, she's good on some days.
Yeah.
She's like, kind of bad on some days. Like,
Okay.
But
Tuesdays
I-
and Fridays, right? Anika?
Yeah, Tuesdays
those,
and
those
Fridays.
are the rough days.
But unlike Anika, my brother is like, an angel.
Yeah.
Even if he gets like a low grade, you might scold him for like 5 minutes. Then the next, we'll be literally sitting next to him, teaching him the ABCs, teaching him math. 1 + 1 is 2. Let's start from there and go all the way
And
to...
you're like congratulating him each time. You're like, you are going to solve the world's problems. Great job. Sitting there with a lollipop, like, yep, I am a genius. Do you think that's like, is that a cultural thing for you
I
guys
don't
at
think
all?
it's a cultural thing.
Because I know, like, for Italians, like, it's the stereotype of, like, the Italian prince. Like, oh, he's the chosen one. I mean, I'm not in my family. But I have all brothers, right? So, like, they could kind of just, like, my parents could just kind of pick and choose. But it feels like stereotypically, and I know, like, we'll have people who are going to listen and be like, you know, what are you talking about? That's not true. That's a stereotype. We're not trying to talk about bad stereotypes. We're just trying to say, like, general stereotype, neither good nor bad. Like, the male in an Italian house is, like, looked at as, like, the prince, the golden child. I know my dad was, and he is the oldest of 4. One sister. You guys don't feel like that's the case in your families at all?
I guess the thing is like, for me specifically, like, age.
Yeah.
Because I'm, like, oldest, there's higher expectations, so I'm, like, the good child.
Yeah.
Right? My brother, I have 3 brothers, right? So we don't really have a middle child, so we all kind of have some sort of attention every once in a while. And, like, my youngest brother, he has no expectations. He's 4.
Yeah.
So, you know, he might be a golden child one day.
Anything he does,
but-
yeah. 4-year-olds, it's like, you see how smart he is? He pulled his pants up today. I have a 4-year-old, I know. Like, this guy's a genius.
I don't know. I guess, like, when he gets older, if he gets good grades, then he'll be the golden child. But because I'm, like, the oldest at this point, I'm kind of, like, the good kid.
Yeah.
And, you know, I try to be, like, more independent and do stuff myself. I do get in trouble
Okay.
because it's not most of the time my brother's fault, but I get very easily annoyed, especially when I'm, like, very deep in homework and
Yeah.
suddenly it's, like, throwing pillows outside
Yeah,
the door.
you got 3 distractions that are in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, the brother that's, like, right under me, he's in 5th grade, so he
Okay.
still doesn't have that much work.
Wow, okay.
So they're all kind of running around, and
Yeah.
being 4, you have a lot of energy.
Of course.
So they're kind of running
know.
through the room,
Yeah.
no matter where you are.
And you're like, I'm trying to focus here.
Can I just make it clear that anything that we say against our family, it's not permanent, and I do not want to go home expecting scoldings after
Yeah,
listening
yeah.
to this podcast.
Yeah.
Nothing here is personal.
No, of
We're
course.
just telling
This is
people
a
how it
general
is. Nothing's
thing.
personal.
It's okay, guys. It's
Many-
a Friday. I'm safe.
I would think that anyone listening to this, whether it's your family or anybody else, like, you're not going to talk about this and have it published if it's not out of love, right? Like, you could talk smack about your family with the people you're closest with, but, like, nobody else better
No.
do it. And I think that's understood.
My mom, like, texted me recently. I was over at a friend's house.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a typo, but she said, "Why should I come to pick you up?" And, like, now,
Oh,
like I should start listing reasons why.
Did you list reasons? You
for-
should have.
I'm a good daughter.
What day was it?
Wait. It was a Friday. I'm good. It was a typo. It was a typo.
No, yeah. Well, she just wanted to know, like why should I come?
I'm pretty sure she meant, when can I pick you up? But I'm not sure. You know, it's my mom.
That's amazing. But I know for me, grades were. I mean, like, I wasn't a good student in middle school and high school. Like, my focus wasn't on academics at all, and I think for being the oldest, it was like a double whammy. So, like, they had high expectations, but then also I wasn't living up to them at all. So they had to, like, come down even harder because, like, Italian families, or at least for me and mine, like, school of hard knocks. Like, if you weren't doing what you had to do, what you were supposed to do, like, I got everything taken away. Like, the punishments were like scorched earth style. And that's just kind of like how, as the oldest, and also from, like, a pretty strict Italian family, like, they kind of looked at things. Do you guys find that to be a similar experience for you? Obviously, you're all excellent students, but, like, and you're not failures like me. But, like, do you find that grades are, like, the most important thing? Because I was always told grades are, like, the most important thing. There was no, like, and also it was a different time, but, like, there was no, like, we want you to be happy. Like, it was like, who cares if you're happy? Get good grades. That's not what's important.
Okay, so piggybacking off of that, so if I get a bad grade on something, then my parents won't let me do anything.
Yeah.
Like, I'm about to go home today, and pull up a 50-slide PowerPoint presentation on why I should go to someone's house today.
You have it already.
You know, already, yeah, if I get a bad grade on something, it's like, come on, like they guilt trip me
Yeah.
a little. Yeah, the punishments are emotionally hard. for me.
Yeah. The punishments, like, it's not like grounding. I don't think any of us got grounded.
Yeah.
But, like, there's severe punishments worse than that. Like,
Disgrace?
the silent treatment.
Oh.
The silent treatment
Definitely.
lasts, like, the maximum up to a week. They
Wow.
won't talk to you.
With my grades, I feel like my parents will totally get mad at me if I come home with like an 80 or something.
Yeah.
But I feel like they'll punish me by maybe like saying, "Hey, you have to like come with me with all of your questions. I'm gonna study with you next time." Like my dad is
pull back the like the
Freedom.
The freedom. Yeah.
yeah. So like my dad is like a really big math person. So
Okay.
any math grade that's like lower than like a 95, he'll be like, "What did you do wrong, man?"
Well, but you've got so like I think there's two ways of looking at that. Like you've got this great resource. I know it's dad, right? But like you've got this great resource at home. So like I totally get that. As I mean, look, I'm a teacher. My kids are gonna have that same like. I'm sure they'll be in the same situation as you are with like that. Oh man, like dad the teacher. And like for English especially, and like writing and literacy, it's going to be just like that too, where dad wants to help, right? Like,
Yeah. It's not that I don't want his help. I just feel like because I have 3 younger brothers, I've started to develop like this more independent
Yeah.
mindset to
Yeah.
it, where I'm like, they're probably busy, and my dad works like
Yeah.
all day to bring food to the table.
Yeah.
He leaves like after I do, but he definitely comes home like 6:00.
sure.
So sometimes I feel like I don't know what kind of a mood he's in, so I don't want to like bother him.
Yeah.
And most of the time, I'm not like the best math student. I definitely understand it. I just feel like word problems. I will
Okay.
never understand,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So like, it's not that I need help sometimes. It's just that like, I just get stuck.
Okay.
My thing is like, sometimes the way that we learn it and the way that my parents have learned it is
yeah.
different.
Oh yeah.
So like, he'll do something, and I'm like, but we did it like this. He's like, I don't even know what that is. You do
Yeah.
it like this. I'm like, now I'm just confused.
Yeah. I feel the same. I feel the same way too. The way I learn math is like entirely different than the way you guys are learning math. For like grades, I've heard this before. So like, do you guys feel like you talked about like I almost want to say emotional trauma. That's not the word. Like
There's a ton of that.
It's stop. No, we're not saying that. So like, you guys were saying how there's like disgrace and like the joke of like you're gonna be homeless, you're gonna be disowned, and like that it's obviously we know that this is hyperbole, but like I've heard those exact words over the last 4 years of doing the podcast with, and this might be coincidence. I don't have like a spreadsheet where I'm tracking data on this. With Indian students over the last 4 years, anytime we've talked about grades and expectations. So just spitballing this, do you feel like that's something that's kind of like a really important thing in the Asian community?
I guess
Definitely.
now, like, parents got more lenient, I guess. 'Cause,
Okay.
like, many came to America and they had a lot of
That plays a huge
kids.
factor. How many of your parents were born outside of the U.S.?
My parents.
Your parents? No?
My parents.
Okay. My dad was born outside the U.S. and like so I think he kind of came with that same kind of mentality of like
Grades.
yeah,
are
great
most
like
important.
grades like that's gonna be the door that's gonna open for your like all of your success.
But then through experience, they kind of changed their views.
Yeah, how for you?
So I guess, like, after years pass, maybe, like, as a younger student, my parents are a little more interested in my education.
Yeah.
But, like, now that I'm kind of developing the understanding of how they work, I'm doing a little better for their... And now, like, they're a little lenient on my siblings, and
Mhm.
they're like, grades are not that important. You need to do what you're passionate
Oh,
about.
I love that. So beautiful. From your perspective, is that more of them experiencing more and them learning too? Right? Like we're always learning, like them learning, or is that them not having to worry so much about you? And like, is it easier for them to have that mentality, seeing that you're so academically successful that they could kind of like, okay,
All my siblings are, like, incredible at many things
Yeah.
that I'm not at.
Okay.
So they're like, okay, she's good at academics and she's good at like singing and all the arts.
Awesome.
So we shouldn't put like one destination for all our kids, and we should be like a little more lenient.
Because
on
then
their
that
dreams and
discredits,
passion. Yeah.
your siblings. Then that's I love that. That like made my day.
Like
You-
her.
You said that, and like a cool breeze just like entered the room, and it was like so uplifting. I like levitated a little bit too. But again, like I think experience is going to play a huge factor in it, right?
Yeah.
Like I think like our experiences a lot of times sometimes strengthen our cultures and our traditional beliefs, but also sometimes they kind of like, it sounds like in your house it's kind of happening too a little, like where they kind of like go against it a little bit too, where like it becomes like, no, there's this other way, there's this other thing. That's awesome. Tayyeba, what about for you?
I guess the thing is kind of like the same, like because they came from out of the country,
Yeah.
they're more strict on that. But they still care. Like my grandfather, a few weeks ago, came back from coming out of the country.
Mhm.
And so both of my grandparents will obviously ask me, how you doing in school? But I feel like when my grandmother asked me, she's kind of like, do you feel like you're doing okay?
Ooh.
And my grandfather, I feel like when he says it, she's more like, what do your grades look like?
So one is like feel intuition, and the other one is numbers, objective facts.
Because like my grandfather and my
So
father are
interesting.
very big on like my schooling
Yeah.
because like I've always been like that kind of academic kid, so they want me to like keep going with that. But the only issue is my dad seems to think that me and all of my brothers are going to be doctors,
Okay.
dermatology,
Uh-oh.
whatever
Are
the
you,
eye doctor
are you
is
about to
called.
drop a bombshell right now?
I mean, he knows that I'm
Okay.
not necessarily in like the doctoring
Okay.
area. I'm just not like that into like medical sciences
Yeah.
as much. But I feel like he kind of wants us to do that because he's a radiologist. So he
Yeah.
wants like he just enjoys the medical field. And as much as I will enjoy learning anything. But I feel like it's just not like my area of passion.
Look, I don't know Dad. He sounds awesome. But like I think he loves that field. Who do you want to share things you love with? Like
Yeah.
the people you love the most. So
Yeah.
like it's only natural. Like I love reading with my kids. Like I am so like when my son starts doing math, it's like cool. He's 4. Like, oh, that's really cool. When the first time he wrote like "I love you, mommy and daddy" like on a piece of paper and like wasn't like we weren't prompting him for it. I was like, you would have thought he just solved like world hunger. I'm like parading him around the house like my son could write. Look at this, he can write because it's a passion I have.
Yeah.
He starts singing Kiss songs, and I'm like, my son loves Kiss. This is incredible. That's so fascinating. I love the difference between grandma and grandpa. That's really cool. We've heard all about your expectations with grades. You want to add anything, or
Yeah.
Okay,
so
go ahead.
I'm
And then we'll pivot to food.
I'm so proud of my dad and mom, and I love them so much.
Uh-oh, that's a disclaimer. You're about to.
And they love me too on Tuesdays and Fridays.
Of course.
But and I'm so proud of how far my dad came from his like village life in India all the way up into America, and like he's doing so well right now, and
Yeah.
I'm so proud of him for that.
That's a big part of, I think, the immigrant experience is like coming from nothing or coming from less and working to get everything you have, and then like you want your kids to be able to not have to suffer or struggle in any way. Like that's beautiful. Shout out to Dad.
I feel like if we're gonna say all these nice things about our parents, we should show them on like Mother's Day or Father's Day. Like, look at us, what we said to you like 5 years ago.
I'll give you guys the edited version where it's only where you say positive things.
Like Beyonce singing in the background,
Yeah.
Halo's playing in the background.
Obviously, yeah. Well, it's amazing. So super proud of Dad, super proud of your parents. Yeah.
But it's like running like a race where you have to hand like a baton a baton race, and like my dad like ran up this steep hill.
Yeah.
But like he expects me to go just as far, and it feels like I'm running up a cliff.
Mm.
So it feels like it's much harder for me to go from middle class to like millionaire, you know?
Yeah, because you're thinking like, what was the growth that he had made? Okay, so I got to match that growth.
Yeah, except it's much harder. Like, you know,
Sure.
when you start from like a village,
Yeah.
it's much easier to go up, right?
Yeah.
But like it's still hard. However, like when you go from middle class to like millionaire,
Yeah.
like not a lot of people are millionaires.
Hey,
right?
when you become a millionaire, don't forget about me. All right? I know Tayyeba won't invite me to anything. All right? But if you're a millionaire, you can get an invite and then bring me.
I'm scared of inviting other cultures into the house because of the food.
Really? How come?
Because it's so spicy.
She's right.
But
It
I
is
love-
so spicy.
I mean, and I know a lot of people don't like spicy, and like I never had any type of Indian food in my life, and then like I had past tense, and then over the last 2 years, I think I like found a recipe with curry and was like, holy crap, this is amazing, and then it was like a whole new palate was like opened, and I'm like, I want this heat. Because I used to like Mexican spicy, which like Spanish spicy is so different than Indian spicy.
Indian spicy is another level.
Indian
is.
spicy
I
is
feel
a
like you get-
whole other level.
I feel like I have to keep eating because if I stop eating for a second, that's when
Yeah,
my head will just break out and sweat like unbelievably. But it's so good.
I feel like you get to know a lot about the culture by the food they serve.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Because like Indian culture is like all about spice.
And Italian's all about carbs. I mean, we're all about like pasta, bread, right?
There's like more spice, like samosa is like the main thing from
Definitely.
India.
Mhm.
Like pani puri also.
Yeah.
Like they're all spicy. People like when maybe like I would put some ingredients, but like others will pile on top of every ingredient at that stall and eat it like it's like a simple treat.
We went to a restaurant in Houston, and so this was recently, right? And I haven't really seen my Houston family in a while.
Yeah.
So we go to this restaurant, and I'm eating this chicken, and I'm like, my mouth is on fire. I cannot eat spicy foods.
Really?
Ever. I don't know why. My brother will like eat a bag of Takis without any water. I'm like, I can barely eat one.
I love spicy food, and like it's so true. Like I think certain cultures have certain styles of food that it's based on. Like Italians, it's always pasta. Like it's always a pasta dish. And like funny story about it, pasta is a starter for Italians. Like it's not the meal. And like I didn't know that because you grow up knowing what you know, right? And like my family, it would be dinner would be ready. You'd have a bowl of pasta, and then you'd take that away. And then you'd have like a chicken cutlet or whatever your meat was with a vegetable and another carb. So like the pasta never registered growing up. You only know what you know. You don't know what you don't know. Always was like pasta is a starter, pasta is a starter. We go out to dinner with people who went to an Italian restaurant or something and somebody would order pasta. I would never look at the pasta dishes because I'm like, I'm just going to eat pasta. What am I, a peasant? My wife, who is not Italian. She's a mix of Irish and German and everything else. So one of the first times I ate at her house, when we first started dating, her mother made what she calls spaghetti and meatballs. And that's not a knock on my mother-in-law, but non-Italians will call any type of pasta spaghetti. And it's not. There's all different types. There's gemelli, there's rigatoni, there's penne, right? There's wagon wheels. I love wagon wheels. And so she made what she called spaghetti and meatballs. And I had like a bowl, and I had a normal portion. I ate. They said, go ahead, dig in, like have more. I said, oh, no, it's okay. I'm saving myself. And they like laughed of like, saving yourself? For what? And I, like an ignorant Italian that I am, just was like, for the rest of the meal, oh, there is no rest of the meal. I have put my foot in my mouth. And thankfully they laughed. And I was like, I didn't know. Like, my parents, like, pasta is a starter. Like, no, this is the meal. Like, you're not getting anything else. Which, it's just very different, I guess.
But I'm sure behind that pasta tradition, there's gonna be like a lot of history to it.
For us, it's like garlic and olive oil. Like, if I invite non-Italian friends over, I know my best friend, like he's got a very sensitive stomach, so forget about eating Indian food. Like he would not be able to handle it like at all. We cook with garlic all the time. Like I don't know for you guys if that's similar. Cooking with
Usually
garlic a lot.
There's a lot of different
there's a
stuff.
lot of
'cause
stuff.
There's so many
My mom
different
has
kinds of meals. I probably can't name a bunch off the top of my head, but there's like a lot. My mom has a full cabinet, 2 cabinets. Not 2 cabinets, but like, one big size cabinet full of like different kind of spices. Like there's ground stuff, there's regular stuff, there's this and that. I'm just like, how do you keep up with this?
So I mean, like, what an Italian that doesn't have garlic, or to me, like even a house that doesn't have garlic, is just hard to process. Like, how do you not cook with garlic? But as someone who's Italian, that's all I know. Every meal is with garlic. Go ahead.
Mr. Ancona, you have the same exact spice mindset for Indian food as my brother.
Okay. Which is like just the spicier the better.
Yeah. So my brother thinks he can handle a ton of spice because he's been growing up with Indian food just like me, right?
Yeah.
He tried, like, on one of my birthdays, I think my 12th, we had wasabi and sushi for, like, a meal.
Totally different style of spice.
Yeah.
Like, entirely.
Yeah.
Did he eat the whole thing of wasabi?
He took like half a spoon of wasabi into his spoon.
No.
And my friends were like, "No, that's spicy." And he was like, "I can handle spice." And you know, little Indian smirk, knowing of his past. He ate the spoon. And he was like, "It's nothing" for a few seconds.
Yeah, no, it's gonna creep up on you.
And then he was like a comic book character. Like he jumped up into the air, face erect.
Steam coming out of his ears.
Yeah. Like, all this food talk is making me crazy hungry right now. But what I think is kind of funny is, like, I'm sure there are so many different mispronunciations and like butcherings of common Indian either foods or names or anything like that. Like, I know for me as an Italian, like, there's nothing that gets my blood boiling like when someone says mozzarella. But I try not to judge because I know that I do the same thing with any other ethnicities, foods, or any kind of phrasing. So like between like mozzarella, rigotti, or ricotti, or manigoth, or manicotti, it's very similar. Do you guys feel like there's stereotypical mispronunciations for your culture, whether it's names or like terms of things?
Mostly names.
Yeah.
And basically everything. So Indians have like too much of everything, too much of spice, too much of like pressure on learning, too high grades, and too long names.
Too many syllables?
Yeah, too many syllables.
Yeah.
It's like they try to fit in the entire alphabet in one name.
Yeah.
So are you constantly, like, I had to, like, full disclosure for everyone who maybe is even slightly impressed with how I've been pronouncing your names. They shouldn't be. Are you just, I had to ask all three of you, like, hey, I want to make sure I get this right. Like, help me get your names right, especially because I don't have the three of you as students. So, like, there's just no, like, overexposure. Are you just always explaining to people how to say your name?
Yeah. I mean, like, our names are different languages.
Yeah.
So it's generally like, first, you got to figure out how to spell it in English because, it's not English.
Right.
And then they have to figure out how to pronounce it because it's spelled kind of weird.
At what point do you just say, yeah, whatever you said is good enough?
Pretty much the teacher's first try.
Really?
I mean,
you're in 8th grade at this point. You're hardened.
If it's really bad, I will definitely like tell teachers, "Hey, it's like this."
But
like,
as long as not even close, bro.
As long as you get it like close enough, I'm like, sure.
Okay, and like I push back on that all the time, where I'll get the look and they'll be like, "Good enough, dude," and I'm like, "No, like that. This is your name. Like, people took the time to name you this, and like a name is so important. I'm like, I want to try to get it right. Like, help me." And like I realize that sometimes when that happens, it doesn't make it doesn't embarrass me. It embarrasses the student more because they're just like, "No, dude, like I don't care. Call me whatever at this point." Srilasya, Anika, do you feel like that's similar for you guys, or do you push on it?
I think it came to the point that other people would say my name instead of I do. Like everyone is already used to my name, and when teachers come to, like, not everyone, like, I'd never had that teacher before, and she never had me. But like past students that I've worked with, they literally come up and like say, "That's not how you say her name."
I love that they have your back like that. I think that's great. Like, I really do. Anika, what about you?
It comes to the point where if they say Anika or there's just a silence, I'll just say, "Yeah, here." Because, our names are like not common. Those Disney like little, name cards, name tags.
Yeah.
Those basic names like
George.
Yeah, George,
Jess.
Michael.
Yeah.
um,
Hey, look, shots fired. You got a problem?
Our names aren't on there. you
Yeah.
know?
Oh, yeah. No, I understand that. Has that ever made you feel? You've grown up in the country, right? All three of you.
Yeah.
Has that ever made you guys feel any way about like, oh man, like my name's not on the Disney card? That feels
Yeah.
like really specific.
Maybe when I was little, I felt bad, but like as I grew up, I'm just like,
Yeah.
okay, might as well get a customized one, you know?
Oh, I like it customized. So when you were little, a feeling of like excluded, but
Yeah,
is there a
you
sense
know.
of almost like pride? Like I have a unique name. Like this is my name. I own it.
Except even the feeling of having a Mickey Mouse name card trumps the feeling of having a pride in your own name for
that's
me
true.
when I was like 5.
And
so,
when you're 13 now.
yeah,
Yeah, I understand.
Like going to Disney and you see all those little pretty name tags, but none of them have your name on it.
That makes me feel like Disney is not the happiest place on earth right now.
Like the rides are still fine,
Yeah.
despite the
It's
names.
not
Right.
their fault. Our names aren't that common.
Yeah.
No, I understand that. I mean, my kids don't have common names either. They're Denver and Kennedy. So, I mean, more common. I mean, there's a better chance that they'll find their Mickey Mouse or Minnie Mouse with their names than you guys. But still, like, I understand that. I'm sure there'll be that conversation of like, and that feeling of like heartbreak and disappointment. But I'd like to think I can kind of get them to own like, well, your names are unique. Like, there's nobody else that has that name. Like, you are your name.
actually,
Yeah.
funny story. I've
Yeah.
met so many Anikas like with an I instead of an A,
Really?
with 2 N's in their name instead of like Anika with a 1 N.
Yeah.
And there's also an Andika in our school. So
Okay.
there's so many people with my name except different.
Variations of it.
Yeah.
Are there any other stereotypes or misunderstandings that are specific to Indian culture or Asian culture in general? I know we kind of talked a lot about like high pressure and long names. I know for Italians, it's like if you're not a good cook, like you're a failure as an Italian. Where it's like, how could you be you don't know how to cook? I can't say this. I'll cut this. But like my aunt is Italian, fresh off the boat in Italy. She can't cook to save her life. It's like offensive how bad of a cook she is. This will all be edited, obviously, because my aunt might listen. But like, it's so crazy because like that's the stereotype for us. Like, you can't cook. What kind of Italian are you? Are there any stereotypes for you guys culturally?
I think
If you're-
Indian women are stereotyped to know cooking before they get married. Like
Really?
it's necessary for them to learn, or else
My whole
people
family,
won't marry.
like all the women in my family know how to cook.
Okay.
My dad could probably like
Yeah.
he can cook if you like let
He
him
could-
try.
He can microwave a hot pocket.
No, actually, one time he made duck for Thanksgiving. It actually
Ooh.
tasted like really good.
Oh, that's
He
ambitious.
can cook if you let him. Like if you tell him he can do it, he will totally do it, and it'll taste good.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I feel like all the women in my family are like expected to cook.
Interesting.
Yeah, like during like the marriage proposals when the bride meets the groom. In some cases, the first question the other family will ask you is whether you can cook or not.
Okay. I mean, I think that's also a very traditional in any culture, a very traditional gender norm and stereotype where like the woman is the one that is like the homemaker. Obviously, like 2022 in American culture, like that's obviously entirely different, but that is a very traditional belief. Not saying it's right or wrong in any way, but I think that kind of something you see a lot. When like as a male, when people find out that like I do 90% of the cooking in our house, and like my wife's an amazing cook, but like I do 90% of the cooking in the house, there's always like oh, you cook? Wow, like bonus points for you. Like you can cook. And it sounds like with like what you said with your dad, where it's like the perspective is, well, if a male can cook, like, okay, only if we need them to, in case of an emergency, great, let them cook.
I guess like most people don't expect my dad to cook just because he
Low
like
expectations.
works most of the day.
Sure, yeah.
So you know he's generally tired when he comes home. So we don't like blame him if he doesn't cook, right?
Yeah.
We're like, you know what? If you want to just order pizza, well, I'll eat pizza.
Hey, I'll eat pizza. Sounds great.
But I feel like if you let him cook, he'll find some like crazy recipe for something.
Okay.
And it will like he bought the duck randomly.
He's bold.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
that.
But he just bought the duck randomly, and we were like, you know what? Let's have this for Thanksgiving because we don't have a turkey.
Right.
So
I love that.
So he
it's a
cooked the
bird.
duck. He
It's a
cooked the
bird.
duck. It was actually good.
Duck is great.
It
so,
is.
okay, so staying with food, I guess a little bit even more. Do you guys feel? And I'm assuming that you guys have like you're in your homes. You have like a lot of traditional Indian dishes that are being made. Is that a fair assumption?
Yeah.
Or it sounds like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you guys go out for dinner or you have Indian food somewhere outside of your home or your family, high expectations?
No.
No.
We went to too many restaurants to have that high of an expectation.
Where it's not anywhere as near as good?
I mean, it's good, but it's not as close as what my mom cooks at home.
Okay.
My mom knows what we're capable of eating.
Yeah.
But like restaurants don't know what
Sure.
we eat.
Is it more generalized?
Yeah, like
Okay.
general naan, general curry.
Okay.
So,
That's
yeah.
kind of like how I feel. Like I always joke, like no self-respecting Italian will ever be found in the Olive Garden, for example. And like anyone who's not Italian's like, what's wrong with the Olive Garden? And I'm sure it's very similar too. Where if I like told you like whatever places I've gotten Indian food at, you'd be like, really? Those places? They're no good. Any other stereotypes or misunderstandings before we jump into holiday customs?
I have one.
Go for it.
So like Asians, especially Asians with glasses, they're like assumed to be smart immediately. Okay, like guys, what are you doing?
Is it more the Asian culture or the glasses?
You know, the
Asian
glasses.
culture and glasses just add on to
It's
it.
Yeah,
like
the-
the two
it's-
like
it's like-
super.
Yeah,
It's
if
like
you
the
put them
super-
together,
and
they're like,
guys,
you have to be smart.
Like why would you think that the people with glasses failed the eye test?
They already started by failing something.
Yeah, they failed the test. Why would you think they're smart?
Okay, that's fair. I'm assuming food is going to play a huge factor in a lot of holiday customs. I know for Italian culture, that's the case. Like specifically Christmas Eve, it's about having 7 fish, and that's supposed to symbolize the 7 sacraments in Catholicism. And a lot of times, like religion's going to always have like things that are very symbolic. Do you feel like food is symbolic or ties in with a lot of holiday culture or customs? And what are some of them?
Based on like the holiday that we're celebrating, like in maybe after a god, we eat what the god likes.
Okay, I love that, and I think food is oftentimes very symbolic.
Can I mention like a recurring thing in
Yeah.
all Indian holidays? Indians love to blow stuff up. Like my
This
dad,
is like Italians love to sing and talk loudly. So blow stuff up. What do you mean?
my dad has like a package of 2 firework packages from Costco. He has like this entire array, and he brings it out every time we have a special holiday. Like, let's go light fireworks in the garage now.
Not in the garage. He better be doing that
No,
outside
like
the
in
house.
the driveway, like in our driveway garage.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Is it the
please.
festiveness
Yeah.
or like what? How does that tie in?
I have no idea. Like, I have no idea.
If you go to India on Diwali, especially, you will see fireworks lighting up on the road. They will literally bounce up, but like here, we can't really do fireworks in
frowned
our
upon.
backyard.
Yeah.
It will disturb the neighbors.
So you could. I hope I don't push it this either. Diwali, Festival of Lights. That kind of ties in with fireworks, though,
Yeah.
right? Like fireworks, when you blow stuff up, it creates a lot of light. So, like, I see the tie-in there. And then, obviously, weddings, I'm sure, are a huge festival. And we were kind of talking a little bit off air. Long weddings?
Very
Yes.
How long?
Start late, end the next day.
Well, how late are we starting? Like 8 o'clock?
I
It
think
depends on when the invitation is. So generally, if the invitation says 7, it probably starts at about 9.
Okay, that's late. That's halfway
Yes.
through, like most weddings.
Yes.
And then the next day, how
Pretty much.
late the next day?
Probably around like 1, 2 in the morning. Because for some reason, we eat dinner before the event.
Really?
So it takes the time. I mean, it depends on what the event
You guys
is.
all want to party. That's why.
Mm.
That's a huge part of it. Like no time to eat. Let's just party the entire way. Or is there a lot of prayer that's tied into it too?
There's not really prayer in like the weddings that I go to. What it generally is like the party. It's just a party, so
Gotcha.
it'll just take a while. There'll be like the speeches, the entrances of like the bride and the groom's family, and everyone's just coming in,
course.
and it just takes a while.
And what I love about this is it's a celebration of the event. It's a celebration of love. It's a celebration of like
Family.
all family. Yeah, family. And I think like as we wrap this up and pull this all back together, it's it feels like this Italian and Indian cultures, kind of looking at both of them combined, it's all about family. It's all
Yeah.
about tradition.
Yeah.
It's
And
all about
food.
tying family in and just eating a lot of food. You three have been so awesome. Thank you so much for being a part of this. Let's do this again. You know where to follow us. Stay safe, stay hungry.